Hello, hi guys. I wanted to share some very interesting insights I've had today with all of you. I was so excited, I couldn't wait. Like, I was talking to someone, but I said, you know what, I need to like really record this video right now because I'm getting all these like insights or just these thoughts which I wanted to write or like just discuss with you guys. I'll also write like a lot of blogs about this, but that's for the readers, right? People who are visual, like audio or visual people. I wanted to record a very nice detailed video about like my things, and again I might like actually be looking sometimes at my laptop because I've like written down the head points here, right? I don't want to like lose certain things. So, as you all know, I have started, putting out food for the squirrels every morning, and then I watch them eat, and I feel very happy about it. And I'm like, it's kind of like I'm almost waiting for them. And today I was on the call with my mom, and I was so anxious. Actually, I was telling her that why have they not yet come? It's like 8 a.m. already. They like the sun is out. They should come early. I'm waiting for them. And in fact, near the window there were some up like kind of some other stuff that was kept, which kind of made me difficult to like stand there. I rearranged everything. Otherwise, I'm usually a very lazy person about this stuff, but I rearranged everything. I set up my high chair there, and I was having my coffee mug in my hand and my phone in my lap, but still I was very anxious that you know what, I don't even want this coffee mug or this a phone in my lap. Like, I just wanted my phone ready in my hand to like greet them and stuff. So I was very excited. And then suddenly, finally, the first squirrel came, and it was a black squirrel. And thank you, Fred, from Florida, for telling me that black squirrels are a little rare. I did not know that. So when I saw that squirrel, I was very excited. And today I had a very new, diverse menu for my squirrel babies. So for today's menu, we had almonds, we had walnuts, we had some peanuts in the whole shell. Then we had black sunflower seeds. What else? I think that's it, right? These four things, and there was a lot of like sunflower seeds in the shells and some peanuts. So basically, I was told by AI that peanuts, almonds, and walnuts should be given in moderation because they're very high in fat and some other reasons, right? So I just put like a few pieces of them, and then a lot of like sunflower seeds because I researched that they really love sunflower seeds. Okay, so I made my platter ready, and then I saw the first squirrel come, and I was very, very, very excited, very happy as well. Also, apologies in advance. This might be a very long video because I have taken a lot of notes on my laptop. So bear with me. And if you want, maybe let me do this, right? Like, I will put it in parts, right? Like 2-3 minutes each. So like whoever is interested to hear more of the story, they can follow along in the next video. So let's do this. This is part 2. Okay, I improved on my plan. So the second part is the black squirrel came, and it first took the peanut piece, and I was like, oh my god, I actually could capture it on my video, right? It actually is picking up the peanut piece, and it's like shelling it slowly and eating it, and wow, it was so good. Like, I just loved watching the squirrel eat. And then it's the first one to come, so it's just having the peanut, and then after that it picks up one black sunflower seed. So I clearly understand what their preference is. They did not go for the almonds or the walnuts first. They picked the peanuts and the sunflower seeds, and then it's shelling so cutely. Like, it is so cute, the sunflower seed one by one, and then eating it, and then going for the second one. So at this point there's just one black squirrel. Okay. Now what happens is two other black squirrels come one after the other, and this black squirrel, the first one. So I also noticed that there is one, the other two squirrels that came, there's one of them which was like a baby squirrel. It was so cute, and it was like very small and very tiny, and like not as healthy as the other main two squirrels, right? So I assumed that it is a baby squirrel. So the other two squirrels were trying to come from the tree in different directions. Like, my plate is kept at the foot of the tree, right? And this big squirrel is sitting here. I thought maybe they are all friends and they'll like enjoy it together and they'll share, right? But no, what happens is completely different, right? These two squirrels try and coming from different directions to the plate. But this big squirrel, as soon as she notices someone else is coming near the food, she like scare them away. And I was like worried for the baby squirrel, that like the baby squirrel tried so many times. Actually, I have also taken some videos which I'll put in my YouTube shorts. But the baby squirrel is not able to get to the food, and I was feeling bad. Oh my god, like this big squirrel is scaring the other two squirrels. And then when she would go around a little bit, the other two squirrels would like, slowly sneak in, take one something and then little bit something and then run, because the big squirrel would come back and stuff. I saw the fear, right? I could feel their fear and I was feeling bad. And then at that time I was talking to a friend on the phone, and my friend gave me an idea that, you know what, Himali, the same amount of food that you give, instead of giving it in one plate, give it in 2 or 3 different plates and put it around your front yard. So, like they don't need to fight, or they need not need to mark their territory, that, you know what, this is my plate, you cannot eat. Like, okay, so this is part 3. The second video also I've like, limited to 3 minutes. Now this is part 3, right? So yeah, I'm feeling bad for this baby squirrel, and then I've decided that, you know what, from tomorrow I'll put like multiple plates around and then do this. Then what happens is, I see after a few like, minutes, the third, like a fourth brown squirrel comes, and she looks the biggest, like the eldest or the healthiest of them all, right? And then she comes and sits near the food plate. And now the original like black squirrel, which was scaring the other two squirrels away, tries to come near the plate of food, and she's scaring that squirrel away. And she's also scaring the other squirrels away, and she's trying to enjoy her food, because when she comes, the other 3 squirrels have already eaten most of the nuts and the walnuts, almonds, the peanuts, right? So the only thing left is the sunflower seeds, and so she's eating them patiently, and the other squirrels are trying to come, but she's scaring all of them away. And then when she's looking away, maybe the baby squirrel will come, teeny tiny, and eat, or the other black squirrel will come and eat and stuff. Like it was like a hide and seek thing. It was like I could see nature's power dynamic in action, right? And I could also see the karma effect, right? Like the big black squirrel that first was chasing the other squirrels away is now being chased by the bigger squirrel, like a squirrel bigger than him, right? And also I felt like, the law of nature, right? Like sometimes, like if we think of it, like the poor deer gets killed by a lion, and we would feel sad and, cry for the deer. But then this is how the food chain, right? The whole food chain is designed, like the bigger and the better and the stronger one, dominates and stuff like that. And this is how human evolution happened, like human evolution happened, like basically human is evolving. And then this is what, maybe the baby squirrel will learn that tomorrow onwards I'll come a little earlier, because once the big squirrels are here, they'll not let me eat. So maybe the baby squirrel will come in advance. And I also believe that, nature will take care of itself, so I need not like worry. And maybe this is also teaching the baby squirrel some important lesson as well. So I kind of like find meaning in all of this, like each of them were chasing each other and all of this, right? And yeah, this was very beautiful. And in the next part, in part 4, I'll tell you about, so I think we still have 3 4, like I have a few more things I want to share, so I'll like share each of these things in separate parts. Okay, so part 4 is basically the fact that I saw them eating the sunflower seeds and the peanuts very slowly. Like earlier, when I was putting some almonds for them, say I put 10 almonds, right? Because I cannot overfeed them almonds, because almonds are not very good for their system. And if one squirrel is eating all of those 10, then, I'm doing a very big disservice to them. So I would put a few almonds, and in 5 minutes, everything is gone, right? But today, they ate their plate, the same amount of food. I think I just divided between multiple items. They ate it for over an hour, like literally. They're like, picking the small peanut, putting in their mouth, then eating it, and then again going back, picking another piece of the sunflower seed, and, slowly, like very slowly, very cutely, right? And they were slowing down. They enjoyed their breakfast or lunch, whatever you want to call it, right? For over an hour, I think, like almost for 30 to 45 minutes or 50 minutes, right? And they were like individually eating things. And it also kind of taught me that sometimes it's very important to slow down in life, right? Like we have all these like periods, like now we'll have some Christmas break here in Canada, right? And I was feeling a little guilty that, hey, there's no work, I'll not be productive, I'm not even traveling anywhere, I'll just waste my time at home. And I was feeling like, uh right, but now I don't feel that way. I'm like, okay, there were a few weeks and months I had intense work where I was working like 14-hour days, and then now I get this, like, few days, 1 week to just relax, recover and rejuvenate my batteries, and then again in the new year we'll go back with, like, 1000x work. So I will be better ready for New Year's. And another bad habit I have is I eat food very quickly. Like sometimes I just eat in such a rush and such a hurry. In fact, sometimes I just like bite my tongue because I'm eating so quickly, because I've made something which is extremely delicious and tasty, right? Like yesterday I made pav bhaji, and it was so yummy that I was like eating very quickly and I accidentally bit my tongue. But and then today morning only, when I saw that, like, bruise on my tongue, I said to myself, Himali, you need to slow down. But now my watching the squirrels enjoy and eat slowly is reinforcing that thing, that I'm gonna eat my meals slowly, enjoy every single bite. And like, I have one little bite, enjoy it, then go back for the second one. I don't need to like be in a rush. Like, I think sometimes you're so busy with work, you just want to eat, scarf down your food in like 5 minutes and then again get back on a work call, right? But now I've also learned that lesson, so that was also a very beautiful lesson for me. And the squirrels have taught me to slow down in life, enjoy vacation, enjoy the rest and recovery, and eating food slowly, enjoying all the flavors, and just enjoy life slowly. It's the slow living, right? Enjoy the cup of coffee without any. Okay, so part five. I think the squirrels are teaching me so much, like so much in one single day, which otherwise, like, I don't know, like it would take me like a lifetime to feel, right, to realize. The part five is basically somehow I had that sense of pride, or that sense of, ego, not ego, but like sense of pride or happiness, that, oh, I'm giving them something premium, I'm giving them almonds which are expensive and which are rare, and which are actually a treat for them. They cannot usually like go and eat almonds outside, like, yeah, right. I was having this thought. And so with that almond thing, I was very like happy about it, right? And I had earlier seen that sunflower seeds are actually good for them, the black sunflower seeds, but I still, like, prefer that I'll buy almonds. In fact, I bought, like, created a whole page for the almond fund, right? Like the almond, like, Jiv Daya mission, right, for them, and said I'm gonna only feed them almonds. But then today, when I saw them enjoying the peanuts and the black sunflower seeds 100 times more than the almonds, right, which would be gone in 5 minutes, they enjoyed the cracking of the nuts, they enjoyed the cracking of the shells of the sunflower seeds, and they were eating it slowly, they were enjoying it, and they were like, pecking slowly, very cutely. It just made me feel like, the sometimes it's not about the cost of things that matters, it is about the value to the receiver. If you are giving something, even if it's like, say, $5 or $1, right? If you cannot like give anything of like $50, it's okay, even if you give something of $1. But if it is from your heart, it is thought felt, it has your heart, it has your emotions, right? That is 100 times, or a million times more valuable than giving them expensive things which you are just going out of your way, or you just like, doing it for show off or for your ego, right? So that is way better than doing this kind of behavior. And now I think I'm going to keep their primary food as the sunflower seeds, which are actually healthier for them than anything else, and a few nuts, like, peanuts, a few pieces of peanuts, and few walnuts or few almonds here and there. But like, their main thing is sunflower seeds, because it is actually the best for their health. And I no longer associate the ego of, feeding them premium things. I would want to give them what is the best for them and what they enjoy the most than anything else. So that's my other realization. And in fact, I would even do this in gifts, right? If I'm gifting someone something of $20, I try to combine it with another $100 gift, just to make that person feel that, yes, they are valuable to me because I spent like $120, not like $20, right? So now I think I'm going to get away from that, just do small thoughtful gifts rather than doing big grand gestures just to prove that, hey, I care about you so much, right? Like, no need for that. Like, we just do small things which are meaningful, thoughtful, and heartfelt, coming from the heart directly, than big grand gestures of love. Okay, so this is the final part six, right? The gift of water. Like earlier, I also used to feel like what would they drink, because water that you keep outside just becomes snow, right? Like becomes ice immediately, like very quickly. So I had done a lot of research about the water problem also for them. And I was told that you should keep water in a plastic bowl rather than a glass or a steel, or those kind of things, because in those, like, the water will freeze quicker. And then I put like little lukewarm or hot water, so that when like I keep it at, like, say 7 a.m., so then by the time they drink it, it's like normal room temperature or like colder for them. And it doesn't like freeze as quickly, because if I put extremely cold water, it's going to freeze, like, in half an hour. So that, and water is basically a free commodity, right? Unless you're buying it from the supermarket in a bottle, it's a free commodity. But in the harsh Canadian winter, and in the snow, especially when it's like minus 20 degrees or minus 15 degrees or minus 10 degrees, water is a very valuable commodity to them, although it doesn't have a price tag, right? That it's like $10 a pound or something like that, right? It is a free commodity, but it's still so valuable, right? That even if they have access, I keep on refilling their water, like, cup multiple times. I'll refill it like 3-4 times till like afternoon, and then I'll bring both the bowl and the plate back. But then water is such a valuable commodity to them, which is like basically free. But I am like, the things which have the highest value maybe doesn't even have a price tag, right? I think water might even be more valuable to them in the cold than food I'm giving, because water, basically, they cannot, I don't know if they can access even fresh water or not. I don't know how do they fulfill their water needs. Do they eat snow? I don't know. But that's one on the water. And also the other thing is, giving water, like trying to give them water, right? Has also like been teaching me about like refilling, right? Like sometimes there are little things which you need to just like refill multiple times, right? Because I also think that they have a bath in the water, like they kind of enjoy playing with the water, and then sometimes they'll just like they're running around, so they just spill the water. So I like straighten their bowl, add more water. And yeah, I think they enjoy the water for drinking, for bathing, and just having fun as well. So yeah, sometimes the smallest, even the most free things in life can give you so much happiness and so much like value in life than all the expensive things. So today I'm moving away from that like thought I had in my head, that expensive is equal to good, and free or cheap is not like great. So this is the final one. And I'm also so inspired today. I would otherwise not record so many. Okay, so the final closing video. I feel very inspired today. I think these squirrels are like making me feel so joyful that I've come back here on YouTube making these long form videos. Also, otherwise, I had just abandoned this YouTube channel, and somehow I'm just feeling happy about it again, because I have some time over the holidays. I'll try and come more often and share these thoughts and stuff. But thank you so much for listening to me, for following me. Even in fact, like my mom also tries to listen to me, and like she actually was making fun of the first, like the earlier YouTube video about the Chile dream, right? She I think she didn't hear it completely. She thought I'm actually talking about having a driving license and a car. And the funny thing is, like, I do not have a driving license yet in Canada because of me failing the driving exam a couple of times because I was very stressed at that time, and I would just somehow make some mistakes in the exam. So I take that dream as a lesson, or like not a lesson, but as the feedback to myself that what, Himali, you can get a driving license, you can clear the exam, and sometime very soon I'll get my driver's license. So I am the sovereign driver, and I am the person behind the wheels, and I don't have to like rely on Ubers and like bus and taxis and everything. So yeah, I think these little things, I'm very excited, very happy, and thank you so much for watching all the videos. I don't know if you've like watched all the squirrel series, but I'll list them one by one. So thank you.